Picture yourself 10, 20, maybe even 50 years from now. Imagine looking back at your life, reflecting on the decisions you made, the paths you chose, and feeling a deep sense of peace. No nagging what ifs. No, I wish I had thoughts keeping you up at night. You just feel at peace. You know you lived fully, followed what mattered to you, and avoided regrets. Sounds ideal, doesn't it? But how do we actually get there? Today, we're going to explore practical steps you can take to build a life where regret has no place. A life rich with purpose and meaning, one that you can look back on with confidence. Let's face it, we all know regret in some form. Maybe it's a missed opportunity, like that time you didn't pursue a career you were passionate about. Or maybe it's a relationship you wish you'd fought harder for or walked away from sooner. Regret has this powerful, haunting quality. It clings to us, creeping into our thoughts, and, if we're not careful, shaping our future choices based on what went wrong in the past. But here's the good news. Regret doesn't have to be a permanent fixture in our lives. By making specific changes in how we approach our decisions and actions, we can actually keep regret from holding us back. This video is all about helping you live a life that you can be proud of, a life you don't have to look back on with a sense of if only. The first step, it all starts with self-awareness. Think about it. How many of us go through life on autopilot? We follow routines, traditions, or habits simply because they're familiar or because they're what we're supposed to do. But if we don't stop and ask ourselves what we genuinely want, what makes us feel alive, we risk making choices that aren't aligned with our true selves. This is where self-awareness becomes critical. Take some time to dig deep and get to know yourself, your values, your passions, your dreams. Imagine it like setting up a roadmap for your life, a personal GPS to keep you on track. When you know what you truly care about, you'll naturally start making choices that resonate with you, not based on anyone else's version of what's right or acceptable. This level of self-awareness helps you make decisions that you'll look back on without a single ounce of regret. Regret loves to take up residence in the past. It clings to what we can't change and replays those moments over and over, like a movie on repeat. But here's the thing. The past is behind us. It's gone. No amount of analyzing or wishing can change it. So when you find yourself ruminating over a past choice or action, take a step back and remind yourself of where you are right now. Ask yourself, what can I do today to make things better, to improve myself, or to make a decision that I'll be proud of tomorrow? When we shift our focus to the present, we put ourselves in control. So let me ask you, have you ever tried this? Have you consciously chosen to let go of a past regret and focus on what you can do now? If you have, comment below and share your experience. Now, living a life without regret doesn't mean avoiding risks. In fact, it's often the risks we don't take that haunt us the most. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say they regret not following a dream or not taking a chance on something that mattered to them? The truth is, fear of failure can be so paralyzing that we end up holding ourselves back, even when deep down we know we want to take that leap. But here's the key. These risks don't have to be reckless. They can be calculated. Take the time to weigh the pros and cons and ask yourself, will I regret not doing this in 10 or 20 years? Sometimes just asking that question is enough to help us push past fear and make the bold move. You might face challenges, sure, but even those challenges bring growth and experience. It's better to try and face a setback than to wonder forever about what could have been. Another big reason why people feel regret is because they expect everything to work out perfectly. They hold themselves and their lives to impossible standards. But here's the truth. Life is messy. It's full of surprises, twists, and turns that we can't control. When we expect perfection, we set ourselves up for disappointment and regret. Instead of aiming for everything to go flawlessly, aim to simply do your best. Give yourself permission to make mistakes and know that they're part of the process. Think about it like this. Imperfections are often where we learn the most, where we grow the most, and where we end up discovering unexpected strengths. So embrace those imperfections and let them be part of your story. Fear is sneaky. It has this way of influencing our decisions without us even realizing it. Are you staying in a job you dislike because you're afraid of starting over? Are you keeping quiet about something important because you don't want to rock the boat? When we make choices out of fear, we're often left with regrets because those decisions weren't grounded in what truly matters to us. So the next time you're faced with a tough choice, pause and ask yourself, am I making this decision from a place of fear or from a place of integrity and courage? When we make choices that reflect our values and priorities, even if they're challenging, we're far less likely to look back with regret. This one's big. How many of us feel weighed down by what others expect of us? Friends, family, society. They all have their opinions on what we should be doing, how we should be living. And sometimes trying to meet these expectations leads us down paths we wouldn't have chosen otherwise. But here's the thing. You're the only one who has to live with your choices. You're the only one who knows what truly brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace. Living a life without regret means having the courage to step away from others' expectations and do what's right for you. It may disappoint others, but remember, they're not the ones who have to live with the outcome. You are. Let's talk about gratitude because it's actually one of the most powerful ways to reduce regret. When we actively practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what we wish had happened to what we're grateful did happen. And this isn't about ignoring tough situations or pretending everything is perfect. It's about balancing our perspective. Gratitude reminds us of what we have, who we are, and the experiences that have shaped us. Try this. At the end of each day, think of 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Over time, you'll notice that gratitude helps you feel more at peace with your choices because it's grounding you in the good that's already in your life. We're often so much harder on ourselves than we are on anyone else. Regret and self-blame go hand in hand, making it feel like we're constantly under the weight of I should have or I could have. But here's a truth we all need to hear. You are human. You're not supposed to have all the answers, and you're allowed to make mistakes. Think of each choice, each so-called mistake, as a chapter in your story. These moments aren't there to haunt you. They're there to teach you, to guide you, and to help you grow. So forgive yourself for those things you think you could have done better. Let go of that heavy weight and make space for compassion toward yourself. Living a life without regret doesn't mean aiming for perfection or trying to make every choice flawless. It's about understanding what matters most, growing through each experience, and making choices that align with who you are at the core. So what's one choice you can make today that aligns with who you truly are? I'd love to hear from you in the comments, so let me know. And if you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you think might need to hear this. Remember, we're here to unlock our full potential together, one choice at a time. Thanks for watching.